A model predicts that the population of Springfield was 15,000 in 2005. The model also predicts that each year for the next 5 years, the population P increased by 4% of the previous year's population. Which equation best represents this model, where x is the number of years after 2005 for x is less than or equal to 5? Okay, so the first thing we can do is check whether these equations satisfy the initial condition that the initial population must be 15,000. We can do that by setting x equal to 0, because at year 0, or at the starting point, the population should be 15,000. So when we plug in x equals 0 here, we get that 0.96 raised to the 15, and then 15,000 raised to the 0th power is just equal to 0.96, because anything raised to the 0th power is just equal to 1, and 0.96 times 1 is just 0.96. So we can immediately rule out A, because at year 0 the population is supposed to be 15,000, but the model for answer choice A does not predict 15,000. And with the same case with answer choice B, because this just simplifies to 1.04 times 15,000 raised to the 0, which is also just equal to 1.04, because 15,000 raised to the 0 power is just 1. So answer choice B is incorrect, because it doesn't predict 15,000 for year 0. Then answer choice C, if we look at this, we will be left with 15,000 times 0.96 raised to the 0th power, which is just equal to 15,000, which is accurate, because 0.96 raised to the 0th power is 1, so 15,000 times 1 is just 15,000, and that's what we want. We want the initial population to be 50,000 when the year is 0, or x is equal to 0. And then the same case with answer choice D. 15,000 times 1.04 raised to the 0th power is equal to 15,000 again, since 1.04 raised to the 0 is just 1. Okay, so we have to choose between answer choice C and answer choice D. So the next piece of information they gave us was that the population P increases by 4% every year. Okay, so at year 1, we should see that the population goes up by 4% from this 15,000. So really we should see something like 1.04 times 15,000 be the population in after the first year, because multiplying by 1 ensures that 15,000 remain, and then this 0.04 increases the 15,000 by 4%. So when we plug in x is equal to 1, which is the population after the first year, for answer choice C, we get that 15,000 is multiplied by 0.96. And this is incorrect, because this results in a population that gets smaller. So our population went down, because multiplying 15,000, sorry, this comma is in the wrong place, so just ignore that. There should be an extra 0 here. So 15,000 times a number less than 1, like 0.96, this decimal, will decrease the value. So this is saying that the population of Springfield goes down after a year. So C has to be incorrect, because the problem told us that the population increases, which means D is the correct answer. And we can see that because after the first year, we get that 15,000 times 1.04 raised to the first power. So this is just 15,000 times 1.04, which I guess we can write as 15,000 times 1, and then plus 15,000 times 0.04. And this would be the original population from the previous year, and then this would be the population that's added after the first year, which is just 4% of 15,000. So the correct answer choice is D, because it's the only one that satisfies the requirements given in the question.